heard this game was supposed to be super scary. It was supposed to be an easy video. I never got around to any of the Dead Space games before, despite being a big fan of action horror shoosters. Had I heard of them? Of course. Had I seen a video or two about them? Probably. Was my takeaway to never have faith in EA to not ruin their own franchises with needless trend chasing and pervasive microtransactions? Who knows? But then I started to hear that the Dead Space remake, released in 2023, was not only good, but great. One snag though. I could only afford one full-priced remake of a beloved third-person action horror shooter originally released between 2005 and 2008. But now that the hype has died down and I played a complete campaign once on the default difficulty, what do I think of it? It's good. I like it. Okay, that seems a little unfair now that I say that out loud. It's better than just good. It's pretty fucking good. The more I think about it, it's not just pretty fucking good. It's pretty fucking excellent! But you knew that already, didn't you? Maybe you clicked on this video to hear someone discover one of your favorite games and talk about it while you're eating dinner. And might I say, what an excellent topic to pair with one's meal. Enjoy your complimentary rack of ribs, my good sir, madame, or non-binary pal. Extra barbecue sauce coming right up. Maybe you truly were in the market for a game like this and wanted to check out a bunch of reviews. This one just taking its sweet time. Or maybe you're here because I somehow tricked you into thinking I was funny and that there would be jokes in this video. I've got two. So what's the deal with this Dead Space remake? In it, they got this Church of Unitology. Unitology? I wonder what they worship. Metric or Imperial? And why is it called Dead Space? Just keep talking. You'll be fine. That's it. That's all you're getting. But this video is not your introduction to the Dead Space franchise. I hope. You don't need me to tell you that Resident Evil, but in space, is an extremely solid concept to base your video game on. So why am I having such a hard time just writing my thoughts down about this game? I have very few complaints and mostly great things to say about it. I guess that I partially feel like whatever I say has been worded better by actual fans who have been with the franchise, who can truly appreciate the details that I might have overlooked. Another bit of context is that I didn't have to pay any money in order to play this game, which isn't unusual in the sense that real YouTube channels receive review codes for free anyway, or even talk about it, but that I, a regular fake YouTube channel who doesn't upload as often as he should, didn't have to. And no, I didn't pirate it, though I certainly don't blame you for thinking that. Instead, I borrowed a copy from my local library. That's right, that joke earlier was foreshadowing. Because good golly, Miss Molly, I am a broke bitch. And your local library might have some free fucking video games you can check out right now. Holy shit, why aren't more people talking about this? If you check yours, and they don't have any, go look up your municipal or local government's representative on whatever social media dumpster fire of a website they're on, and ask them what they're doing to support your goddamn libraries. Either way, you've been buying way more books than you've been reading. So save some money. Go to the library. Where the fuck was I going with that? Oh yeah, I didn't pay diddly squat to play this. So my sense of cost of value can't be trusted. Would I be so charitable if I paid the full MSRP of 100 Canadian or so after tax? Or is it better that I didn't, as that game will inevitably get discounted and put on sale more regularly as time goes on? Or maybe that's part of the reason I don't have a more intense feeling towards the game. I got to enjoy it at my own pace within a 2-week window for the small cost of some patience. Would a review hold more integrity if I mentioned this? I don't know. Maybe. More reviews could have this kind of nuance to them, if nothing else. Let's also consider how, even if we're consciously aware of it, videos on this kinda terrible platform are much more highly promoted if it's presented as engaging content, regardless of the context or content. Those videos get suggested to us all the more regularly than we probably should be exposed to. And again, I want to stress that even if we're aware of it, that doesn't mean we aren't being subtly manipulated to have our expectations change. They don't judge the qualitative aspects of the videos, just how long they're able to keep you on their website watching their ads. No room for normalcy. Everything must be exciting or enraging. YouTube is, and say it with me now, just a business. And businesses only care about making money. Okay, now say it again, but with the funny filter over it. Just a business. And businesses only care about making money. That wasn't the funny filter at all. And this is where I'm at. Caught in the dead space between a giant gaseous tank full of hot air and the cold, calculated structures of people who've lived and died on the Ishimura and know what the fuck they're talking about. This is pretty nice, actually. Just hanging out here. Floating. Chilling. Ah, fuck it. Let's just get into it. Did anyone not see that plot twist coming? I know the story isn't aiming for highbrow drama, or if it's trying to play into the fans' expectations of the story beats to subvert them, but figuring out the thing that happens before you're supposed to does kinda dampen things. I'm not saying I figured it out immediately, but when you do, it reminds me of the frustration of watching horror movie characters do the dumb thing, except now I have to press the buttons to do the dumb thing. So whether or not certain characters are alive, dead, or in some other state, I was open to the fact that maybe things aren't as they appear. I'm also aware they drew a lot of inspiration from a lot of other horror movies that aren't just The Thing, Event Horizon, and Alien. They drew inspiration from a lot of horror movies where there is no quote-unquote good ending, or an ending where any character survives, let alone be in a healthy mental state. So it's not that it doesn't feel appropriate here. I guess if someone at Motive Studios was wondering, would that twist actually work to someone who didn't know? I would say they got me good for like 3/4 of the game at least. That's a good twist. You got me good with Dr. Terrence Kyne though, so credit where credit is due. Oh, I love me the Ripper. Easily my favorite weapon. I'd argue it's at least aesthetically the best weapon for this exact kind of game and the pretense of repurposing power tools into weapons. I love how trying to be careful with ammo usage forces you to be up close enough that you can still watch in horrific detail as you saw off alien zombie limbs. A joyous feeling I haven't felt since dividing headcrab zombies in Half-Life 2. Good times. Father Gregory would have loved Dead Space. I also love how all of its major upgrades turn it from a space-age carpentry tool into a Ratchet and Clank weapon that ricochets at the most hilarious angles, like every enemy is magnetized specifically to my giant lethal Beyblades. Wait, don't tell me that's why it's called the Ripper. Oh my god! You may also be wondering if I did all the side quests, and the answer is yes, as long as you don't count the New Game Plus exclusives. Which, that being said, the fact that there are side quests exclusive to New Game Plus is also awesome. I found it all very well done, even the sillier stuff. Especially the sillier stuff.
You? And who did that? Who did? Oh, you little bastard. Come here, you. Hey, where do you think you're going? Got you that time.
But the serious stuff all felt very well told through the holograms you can find. Everyone's performances were great and fit the roles perfectly. Isaac especially, as I know he didn't have a voice in the original 2008 game. Obviously, I can't speak on how well that works in the original game's context, but Remake Isaac feels perfectly reasonable, considering the game's narrative. The enemy designs of the Necromorphs also deserve special credit, as any game that references or is clearly inspired by John Carpenter's 1982 masterpiece, The Thing, ought to be a great boon to any game. That is an opinion I held up until the head spider started showing up and the flamethrower became permanently attached to my quick select.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
It was at that point that I started appreciating the more Event Horizon and Alien movie-inspired aspects of the environment. Speaking of the environment, I absolutely must give a shout out to the diegetic heads-up display. Any game that goes the extra mile to keep you immersed in the setting with a stylized, in-universe digital interface is some officially A+ good shit. That isn't to say games that have mini-maps or compasses are a bad thing. but it is, in a sense, a distraction from the world you're meant to inhabit. It means you're not spending as much time appreciating the truly gorgeous graphics and being on the lookout for which one of the 70,000 suspicious vents a creature might be hiding in. I could keep talking about this, and I might, in another video, which at the rate I put these out will be fucking never. Furthermore, the fact that the enemy spawns are somewhat randomized is fucking awesome. At some point, I had saved my game before preparing to end that night's session. Something caught my eye in the next room, I looked around, saw nothing really of interest beyond some ammo, and decided to stop playing there. The next day, I loaded that save, walked into the same room, started picking up the loot I saw from the previous night, when one of those motherfuckers burst from the wall like the Kool-Aid Man and I found out how high I could jump from a sitting position. This might be a good time to mention that the overall sound design and music of the game is also excellent! I also don't really have anything much more to say beyond that, other than you've also been hearing me trying to balance my own audio throughout these videos, so you know that I have absolutely no understanding of what makes good audio design good. The puzzles are also excellent, while not being as plentiful, esoteric, or seemingly out of place like a lot of them are in Resident Evil. While most of the puzzles are about navigating the environment, I do appreciate how Isaac approaches them and tries to gamify how this engineer would solve certain rooms, with a special shout out to the Zero-G puzzle towards the last third or so of the game, where keeping your puzzle pieces organized can be a key component to solving it. Something else that Dead Space took from Resident Evil was the limited inventory slots. While this is debatably the Rosetta Stone of what makes a survival horror game have survival in it instead of just being an action horror game, I never ran out of space. The one and only exception being when I got the Master Security Clearance card and was going back through everything to clean up all those missed lockers, doors, and safes. But even then, I was carrying every weapon with ammo for all those weapons and plenty of health, stasis, and O2 tanks. And there was still one more suit upgrade that could have given me even more space. Is this actually a critique or a low-key humble brag? I don't know. Can't it be both? It would be interesting if the number of slots you had changed depending on which difficulty you were playing on. Kind of like how people consider playing as Chris Redfield in the original Resident Evils as the harder mode, with Jill Valentine being the easier mode by simply having more inventory space from the get-go. Speaking of harder difficulties, having a pop-up window telling me that there's lots of new stuff and what kind of new stuff to enjoy in New Game Plus is a feature I need in every game that supports it. By contrast, not having your text and audio logs carry over into other difficulties, say you were about to start a new game on the recently unlocked Impossible difficulty, that's bad. But when you start New Game Plus, you can select a new difficulty or go lower instead of being locked to that original difficulty setting. That's good. This unfortunately does not apply to the newly unlocked Impossible difficulty anyway. That's bad. But you also get your choice of new suit skins. That's good. Impossible mode also contains potassium benzoate. That's bad.
Can I go now?
The fact that I'm stretching as hard as it is to find anything worth critiquing should show you how pretty f***ing good this game is. The game basically succeeds on everything it sets out to do and then some. And that's why it'll never get a sequel, because EA doesn't like making smart decisions. So to recap, the Dead Space Remake is a great game you can get for free by supporting your local library. Don't buy a copy. The time has long passed where your money would have made an argument for a sequel. Now, if they brought SSX Tricky and 3 onto modern platforms, go buy that, but only because I'm a massive hypocrite. I'm just saying, the last time I complained about having no Zelda games with a playable Zelda, they released one about a year after. Coincidence? I think not. What, you thought I was critiquing video games at a snail's pace on the internet for fun? Nah man, I'm here to sell out and bitch about video games. And I've already bitched about video games. Which is why this video is sponsored by... Wait, no? Really? Shit. I guess I am critiquing video games on the internet at a snail's pace for fun. And a Patreon. Patreon.com/BigColumbo is where you can go to support the channel. Once you've helped your local library, of course. That takes precedence. And if you'd like to see your name in the credits and help a small channel make more fun videos, then head on over to, again, patreon.com/BigColumbo. With your help, I'm sure these videos will be well on their way to something even greater. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.